Hey Hero fans, this is Todd. So today I got these Wonder Woman figures in the mail and we're going to open them up and take a look. Now these Wonder Woman figures are from McFarland Toys and they say to be 7 inches tall. So we're going to go ahead and measure them and find out how they stack up against the other figures. Now these are from the new Wonder Woman movie coming out and I thought I'd get them because you guys know I'm a Wonder Woman fan. And I really like the way this new armor looks in the actual videos they showed of the previews for the movie. So we'll check it out and see what the figure looks like in it as well. So that's kind of cool. And then here is the other Wonder Woman. And looking at her armor looks really cool. Looks very shiny. She does sport the double jointed elbow, which you guys know how I feel about that from my other videos. But it does look pretty cool. Now I did notice in the previews of the movie that her armor was a brighter red than we saw in the previous movie. So maybe that's why that's reflective of that. So let's see, which one should I open first? This one or that one? This one or that one? Let's see, I guess I'll open this one first. All right, so let's open up the Angel Armor one, or whatever it's called. Let's take a look and see if they tell us what it's called. It's called Golden Armor. And it doesn't really give much detail other than that. So, all right. So let's go ahead and break this tape open on the top and open this up. Oh, there's tape on the side too. Now I know some collectors will take and open the bottom up and very carefully open it in such a way so that you will not like the box has been opened. I personally am a loose collector, so even though I spend time opening the box up carefully, I'm probably just going to toss this box in the garbage in 5 or 10 minutes anyway. Which is funny, I don't know why I spend so long cutting these things open carefully. I'm just going to break them out and toss them anyway. So I can see here that her wings are a separate piece. Oh, look at that. There's separate wings that plug in her back, it looks like. How cool is that going to be? And she has some wire ties that are stretchy, I think. Nope, they're not stretchy. I got to actually unwind these ones. So, if you remember when I opened up that Batman figure with the Hellbat armor, it actually had the stretchy rubber bands to make it easier to unwrap. But this one does not have that. All right. I think that's the only one. Let's go and pop her out. Okay, there she is. Well, I can see that this paint's going to come off pretty easy, I think. Let's talk about articulation. She has a little toe bend on the end. Her ankles bend a little bit. She has double jointed knees. Her legs bend up at the top. This armor is like a soft rubber pliable type armor. Her waist turns, another soft pliable in front. Her upper armor is a little bit harder, but still softer probably because it's smaller. And then so upper torso, shoulders, double jointed elbows. Oh, she's got, look at that. She has a joint inside there as well. So you can really get some extra cool, extra movement in there. Usually only see that in the large figures that have that extra joint there. That's cool. And then double jointed elbow. And the wrist is massively jointed. It's got all kinds of movement in there. And the head has some movement as well. So there you go. There's the breakdown of what she can do. Now let's get these wings out and put them on her. Stand, Wonder Woman, stand. There we go. So these wings have some strong tape in the front to hold them in. And that's it, just the tape. And she does have a card, just like we saw with the Hellbat Batman suit, and she has a stand that's clear too. That's cool. I guess it's some kind of flight stand. Let's see if we can get that out of there. That's a nice stand. It's almost worth getting the figure just for the stand. It's got a spot for a foot to lock in and a spot so you can do a flight thing if you choose to. One thing that's not nice about it is these little edges right here that go around, but it's because this has a high point, so it has to raise it up a little bit. But that extra raising sometimes can cause things to fall over off your shelf. All right, then she has a trading card. Let me get that out of there. That movie's going to be so cool. I cannot wait. The Aquaman movie was awesome. The Wonder Woman movies have all been good so far. All right. So let's go ahead and plug these wings in. That is one tight fit. There we go. 1 and 2. Let me go ahead and pause this for a minute and go get the Batman figure to compare them. All right, I've got the Batman figure. Here he is. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, his legs keep popping off. I never did get around to fixing that. And he's actually about the right size next to her. I always thought he was like a massively monstrous, huge figure, because he is. But as you can see, she's also very tall. So they do seem to match each other. I'm kind of curious what the Superman figure looks like now. I may have to go back and purchase that one. All right, so let's set this aside. And let's take a look at some standard Wonder Woman figures for size comparison. So let me line this up. Stand, Wonder Woman. Here is the movie size figures from the last movie. So you can kind of see, let me lower this down a little bit. Burp. And you can see she just towers over her movie version from the last movie. There we go. Let's line up again. Doop. There we go. And here is, let's see, where's the Icons one? Actually, I guess it's the Essentials, DC Essentials. There it is. Let's compare her to DC Essentials. DC Essentials used to be the tallest. You can see she's just a little bit taller than that. I never did get the Icon one, so I don't have her to compare to the Icon one. But the Icon one, I didn't get her because she has the same double jointedness and is very similar to this figure here. And let's compare her to the Dark Knight ones. Let's see how she compares in height to that. And she's taller than the Dark Knight ones as well. So she is the tallest. Let's go ahead and check her out for height. And she is right at that 7-inch mark. Actually, just a tad above it. Just slightly. So, there you go. Just slightly above 7 inches. All right. Let's go ahead and set her here. And let's grab our other Wonder Woman. Let's put her in our flight stand. Okay, I thought this was cool, but actually it's pretty hard plastic, and it feels like it's going to break really easy. I'm not really sure how you're supposed to use it. It won't fit around her waist. We'll just put it around her leg. There she goes. Oop! Oh, dominoes. Now we got room for her. Oh! All right. Next. So this one right here is her classic suit that we see in all the other Wonder Woman movies. Justice League, Batman vs. Superman, and Wonder Woman. But it does look like it's a brighter color red, just like we saw in the previews for the movie. There she is. And she has her magic lasso held in with that strong tape again. Now, when I saw this online, I saw it was all wrinkled up. I thought it was just because someone had bent the wires a lot inside of it, but it actually is that wrinkled up. It's probably supposed to fit in her hand a certain way or whatever, but it just looks disjointed. We'll see how it fits though in her hands. And they have a magic lasso that's all wound up already. And it's got the ends on it that you've seen in the previews where she's slapping people with it. And one wire tie on the back. Oh, heck with it. All right, there she is. Now I want you to look at her face for a minute. I'm not sure how I feel about how her face looks. It looks kind of strange. Actually, looking through the camera, it looks better than it does in person. It's just, I don't know. Not sure if I like it or not. Haven't quite decided yet. Again, let's go through her joints. So she has the toe bend. She has the ankle movement. Actually, it's better on this one than it was on the gold figure. She has the double jointed knees. The knee pad's right in the middle, so that kind of hides that spot. She has the leg movements. This is a soft rubber, which is really nice. And it looks like it might easily be removable. It is. In fact, it is actually loose on there. So you could use that for a great custom if you chose to. I might have to get another one just to use this on another figure. She's sporting the bright, shiny red, which I really like. It's really cool. Bends up here on top. Don't lean her back too far. You get that kind of weird, disjointed look. Her shoulders move, and she has the extra joint there as well. So that's really cool. Her arms go this way, and her wrist bends all kinds of ways. Now, I do want to talk about the wrist. And something that does bother me is if you take a look at this, her arm band is up away from the wrist because of the ball joint. It really needs to be on the end. And you can see on all the other Wonder Woman figures how the arm band is right at the end of her wrist and right where her hand begins. And that's really where it's supposed to be. So having that extra joint there, I see why they did it. So it could have more flexibility and more movability. But it just ruins the aesthetic of her wrist guard going all the way down to her wrist, leaving her arm open for possible attacks. Now I know she has the brown glove on there as well. The brown glove is not really that dark brown, so it's kind of hard to see, but it is there. All right, let's go ahead and use this lasso in her hand. Herp. Not really quite sure how they expect it to go on there. There you go. And she does not include her cool sword, which is kind of a bummer. I was hoping she would have had some weapons with her. mean that we see that in some of the other movies. But all in all, she's pretty cool looking. Again, she's extremely tall compared to other figures. As you guys know, I use the She-Ra line and the He-Man classics to compare all my heights of my figures. If she's supposed to be tall, then this isn't too bad. It's actually kind of cool that she's a little bit taller, because I believe being an Amazon, she would be a little taller. So it actually, I think, fits really well with the She-Ra line. Her arms, though, are not, I guess they are about the same. I thought they weren't quite as beefy enough. But I may swap out the arms, I don't know, to make her work better with the line. But other than that, I think she works pretty good with using with the She-Ra line. All right. So, a couple updates. As you guys know, I made this cool clip right here for these figures so they could put their lasso on there. Last weekend, my granddaughter was over and she was playing with this figure, and she spent so long, because this is the one I gave her, winding this up and trying to keep it on there, that she actually got frustrated that it kept coming off and it was hard to keep on there. It got to the point that when I found this figure was actually stored, she had pulled the clip off and decided it wasn't worth the trouble to have the clip on there, just to have her hang on to the magic lasso without the clip. So, tested by a 5-year-old, actually she's 6 now, tested by a 6-year-old. She does not like the clip that I made. She'd probably rather prefer having the lasso actually glued on so it would be stayed in place. So I thought it was kind of interesting, but you know, kids, right? Anyway, I'll put her Wonder Woman off to the side. All right, let's go ahead and check her height. Let's see what she comes up at. And she is also just over 7 inches. About 7 1/4 for her whole height. All right. And she has a collector card in her box. Let's go ahead and pull that out. Open. Oh, she has a stand in her box too. There's the stand, standard black. And here is her collector card. Ta-da! Da-da-da-da! All right, so now I got 3 cards, 2 Wonder Woman, and a Batman. All right, you guys, that is all that I have. Just wanted to show you some comparison sizes if you wanted to see them. So here she is next to the Classics, DC Universe Classics. So you can kind of see what she looks like next to those figures. And then we have the Rebirth. Where is the Rebirth? There it is. This is the one that came with the Lex Luthor Build-A-Figure. So you can kind of see the size for that. And of course, I already showed you the Essentials one and the Dark Knight one. All right, you guys, that's all I got. I will see you next video. Oh, here she is against the Funko one. The Savage ones. Could be her little sister. Hey, or a little kid coming up to her. Pretend to be Wonder Woman. Anyway. Actually, we did kind of a fun storyline. All right. That's all I got. I know I keep saying that's all I got, but really, this is all I got now. So, stand, little girl. There we go. All right, you guys. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. And if you don't have DC Universe yet, I just saw Death of Superman. That was an awesome cartoon, so I had to pull these guys out so I could have some fun playing with Superman and Doomsday. And thinking about doing a stop motion with these guys. Now in the cartoon, he has the new 52 suit, my custom one. I didn't bring him out to show you, but you've seen him before in other videos. But in the comic, he looked like this, so that's why I had this one out, even though it doesn't match the cartoon. All right, you guys. Doomsday says goodbye. Goodbye. Oh. Actually, I don't think he really talks too much, is Doomsday. Oh, but not like he does. How about this? Doomsday says goodbye. Bye now.